Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. I am going to do a research video, and what this is I am going to show you my top 25 picks that have sold on eBay over the last 90 days. These are all fairy lamps. Fairy lamps are hot right now. So are hens on nests, but I didn't think I'd be able to find 20 to 25 different hens on nests. I very well might have been able to, but I thought fairy lamps would be a little more fun. I have done a video like this, but it's been a while. So we are going to take a look at my picks, the top 25 selling fairy lamps. They're going to start at $400 and go all the way up over $1,000. And hopefully you will learn some new styles and looks to keep an eye out for. We are starting off with one that's a little less traditional looking. This is an antique uranium and opalescent glass flower form fairy lamp. This is from Clark's Lamp. This one sold on auction, only one bid for $399. And you can see here it glows absolutely beautifully. Here is what you would see without a black light. So definitely keep your eye out. I have not seen one like this, and it's just a little over 3 inches. So this is a small one, and it does have a chip there. That is what they are showing. So there's damage to this, and you can see it is clearly marked Fairy Pyramid, and it has Clark on it as well. So very easy to identify this one. And remember, if you are doing auctions, to always start it at the lowest you are willing to take, because like this one, you might only get one bid. This one is so cool, especially the fact that it has its original box. This is an Ellie Smith glass turtle amberina fairy lamp. It is circa 1970s. It was new in the box, and they accepted a best offer of $399. Super cool find here. And Radiant Acres is the seller, and this one is really, really neat. And there is the clear bottom, and you can see that amberina top there. And it looks like they had green, white, and then the amberina flame, which is what this one is. And the box is in absolutely immaculate condition as well. So definitely a rare find on this one, and a great sale best offer on $399. Up next, this is gorgeous. I love the blues and purples. Those are my favorite colors. This is Weishar Moon and Stars Fairy Lamp, 3-piece Carnival blue courting beehive. Another one new with the box. This one sold for $425. I do want to point out to you guys, just in case you happen to come across them, any of these pieces will sell. I looked forever for a middle piece like this ring here, and they sell for over $100 for the replacement pieces. So keep an eye out for those as well. Even if you don't find a whole fairy lamp, that stuff is still valuable. So here you can see the Weishar Fairy Light, Cobalt Blue, Carnival. Beautiful, beautiful colors. And it is a 3-piece in immaculate condition. You can see it is signed Weishar. That is on that middle piece. So you would be able to identify it if you found individual pieces. It looks like they are all marked. And then we have this gorgeous Fenton Royal Purple Fairy Lamp. This one says HP by Anderson. Very hard to find. This one sold for $425. And beautiful purple with the hand painted. And again, if you find any of these 3 pieces, they will still sell by themselves. This one does have that original sticker, and you can see it is Fenton hand painted by VL Anderson. And sometimes some of the people at Fenton will bring a higher price than others. So definitely check the signatures if you find Fenton pieces. And this one was an excellent sale at $425. I think this one is one of, if not my absolute favorite one. This is a Fenton Glass Fairy Lamp, jadeite fish, hand painted. Only 29 of these were made. This is number 6. It sold for a best offer on $425. Really, really beautiful fairy lamp. And there you can see the Kim Barley 2022. So this isn't even that old. It's not vintage. The painting is absolutely amazing on this one. And it was an excellent sale, best offer on 425. Next is an Ellie Smith Glass Moon and Star Green Pedestal Fairy Lamp. This one is 3 pieces. They did put mid-century modern and vintage. This one sold for $449. And here you can see the top. This one looks like it is in excellent condition. I love the green. There is that bottom. And that moon and stars pattern is definitely one that does very, very well. And this was a great sale at $449. This is a Viking Glass Georgian Brown Fairy Lamp. This one was a 7-day auction. It was started at $150. There were 3 different bidders, and it went to $449. So you can see this one does have the original Viking handmade sticker on it. So it would be easily identified. And this one, like, I wouldn't think the brown would be overly desirable, but this one still sold for almost $450. This is a vintage emerald green Carnival glass fairy lamp with cut velvet diamonds. It sold for $454.99. It says excellent vintage condition with 1 air bubble. So even flaws in production, when you have these higher priced items, you want to point those out because your buyers, if they are collectors, could be particular. So definitely make sure if you notice any flaws or imperfections that you show them. And this one was a great sale at $454. This is an antique fairy lamp, overshot art glass, ruffled ruby trim. It does say chimney style. This one sold for a best offer on $495. And I think that's crackle glass is what it looks like, or it looks furry. Definitely a different look than the rest of them that we have seen. And remember this one, I have not seen one like this either. I believe that this is my second favorite one after the fish. This is a rare vintage Ellie Smith glass lilac pagoda fairy lamp. And the cool thing is this one glows green. So beautiful, beautiful lilac pagoda. And check that out with the black light. How amazing is that? Really, really neat. And it says that they purchased this exact lamp years ago. They are showing where they bought it back in 2021. Really, really neat pagoda. And it does have a tiny flea bite. It says it can be felt, not seen. So again, any of those imperfections, you definitely want to make sure that you point them out. And this one was an excellent sale at $520. This was a very brave seller. This vintage opaline Fenton iridescent lily of the valley fairy lamp was a 10-day auction. They started it at just $19.99. This one was popular though. There were 23 different bidders and it ended at $540. Beautiful, almost like a turquoise blue on this one. And that opaline on the swirls, and a great sale. Even though it was started at $20, it sold for $540. Then we've got this Victorian white to red diamond satin fairy lamp with matching shade and base. Looks like they only have 1 picture on this one. So this goes to show if you have something that's desirable, 1 picture will sell it. And this one sold for $550. Beautiful Fenton glass Burmese. This one is original one of a kind by Vicky Curran. It is a 1-piece fairy lamp. This one sold for a best offer on $550. Really, really pretty. Look at that with the black light glow. Absolutely gorgeous with that green and then the pink. I love this one. And here you can see hand painted by Vicky Curran, 2008, one of a kind. And she did an amazing, amazing job. And this one, so as you've seen, there are one piece, there are two piece, there are three piece, and there are tons of different looks. So definitely remember to keep an eye out for these because they definitely are hot right now. Another auction. This one is a Viking Glass Rare Diamond Point Spring Green Fairy Lamp. This one was a 7-day auction. It was started at $400. There were 4 different bidders and it ended at $571. I don't see any pictures of this one glowing, so I'm going to assume that it does not under a black light. And it looks like that's either a bubble or a chip there. I didn't see anything notated about it, but beautiful green diamond point lamp, and it went for $571. Then we've got this beautiful Fenton Persian Medallion 75th Anniversary Velvet Rose Fairy Lamp. This one sold for $595. I really love these. These are all absolutely gorgeous pieces. There haven't been any that I don't think were pretty. So this one is a 2-piece set, and make sure you're not missing a piece. I made that mistake. I got a fairy lamp. I was missing the middle and it didn't sit right down on it. It still sold for a couple $100, but if you do not have all the pieces, you definitely need to disclose that to your buyers. Another auction, and this one was started at $1. This was a 7-day auction. There were 9 different bidders and it sold for $611. This one is neat. It is a vintage cast iron stove glass fairy lamp. It does say light peach or pink. This one is Viking Glass, sold for $611. And this one still has its original Viking handmade in the USA sticker, and excellent sale. Brave seller starting it at $1, but it ended up at $611. Look at the raccoons. They are so cute. This is a Westmoreland satin glass raccoon fairy lamp wood base. Brand new, old stock, another one with the box. Wouldn't it be amazing to find one of these with the original box and sticker? This one sold for a best offer on $725. And here you can see that original Westmoreland sticker, wood base, really, really neat lamp. And it's just got a simple glass tea light holder. And you can see they do have that original box as well as the paperwork. And this one was an excellent sale, best offer on $725. This one came up because it got sold lower, but it was from Australia. So this is a Fenton Aquarius lamp. It is the fish again. I like the other one better. But this one sold for US $125.62. But if the buyer was in the US, they had to pay $671 in shipping. How crazy is that? But you saw another one that sold for hundreds here. So it doesn't tell us if the buyer was in Australia or US, but if it were to be shipped to me, I would have had to pay $671. Beautiful color of amethyst on this one, a deep dark amethyst. It is a vintage moon and star. This one is a full size. They made sure to put not many. Looks like this was the seller's first sale as well. This one sold for $795. And it is a beautiful piece. I don't see that there were any flaws disclosed on this one. And I do want to tell you, with all of these patterns, the colors matter, because the rarer the color, the higher the price will sell for. And the moon and stars like this one, there were tons of different colors all selling for high prices like this, but I only put one in. So just remember this pattern, but no, you need to look up the specific color when you are trying to comp it. Beautiful Victorian nail C Venetian glass cranberry pink Clark fairy lamp. This one is threaded. This one sold for a best offer on $850. Beautiful piece of glass. I love, it's like the pulled feather look. And you can see it looks like there were some production flaws there. And again, whether it's a production flaw or it is damage, you want to disclose it. This is that centerpiece I was missing out of mine. So if you ever see something that looks like that at the thrift store, please pick it up because it will sell. People are looking for them. And here you can see this one is 6 inches across and about 5.5 inches tall. And this one was an amazing sale, best offer on $8.50. Our number 2 selling is another L.E. Smith. This one is a rare courting fairy lamp, Moon and Stars. This one is taller than the other one we saw. This one was a 7-day auction. It had 10 different bidders and it was started at $399. It went all the way up to $1,277. And here you can see this one with the ruler, it's 7.5 inches by about 3.5 inches across. And really, really pretty blue on this one. And again, check your colors, check your size, and make sure you are comping accurately, especially if you are paying up for these pieces. Our number 1 selling is this gorgeous vintage owl fairy lamp by Viking. This one, it does say is complete. It is smoke gray. This one was a 7-day auction with 10 different bidders. This one was started at $225. So it went up to 10 times the starting bid and sold for $22.53. There were tons of these owl lamps in the top. And again, I just put one in so that you guys could see the style of it, but all of the colors sell. They all sell high. You just want to check, especially if you are doing a buy it now. It seems like with the majority of these fairy lamps that sold for high prices, though, most of these sellers did auctions. All right, that was everything. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a lot. Just remember, if you find something like this and you're going to run an auction, remember to start at the lowest you are willing to take, because there's always a chance that you will only get one bid. So that is my big takeaway advice for this video. I really do appreciate you watching. Don't forget, check out our reseller reset retreat. I hope you can come join us down in Florida in July. We are going to have a great time. I appreciate you watching. I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I hope you have a great week ahead.
Work is almost over, summer's getting closer.